If you want to know what it's like to be a lawyer that represents employees in employment cases, spend a few minutes with me as I walk through a work email, process it, and I'll explain to you how I respond to it. So, context is important. It's Friday afternoon, and I had sued a security company. And for the first time, I hear from them on a Friday, the day before the answer to the lawsuit is due. So, the lawsuit's due on Monday. And so it could be one of two things. One is this associate's really busy, been swamped. A partner handed it to him and said, "Hey, take care of this. By the way, it's due on Monday," and they they just can't get it done. Or they received it, weeks ago, and they've just been sitting on it. They've had over 20 days. The employer did, and so I just don't know one way or the other. It doesn't state so in the email. They don't have to, because as a courtesy, lawyers generally give extensions. So it says that I see on page that the answers due on Monday. It's a national database that has records of all lawsuits and filings, but you really don't have to look on it, because if if a company has been sued, it says on the legal papers this on when the answer's due. So you actually just need to look at the lawsuit that I served the employer, and it will state that it's due on Monday. So, very innocent question. Would you agree to a 14-day extension? Well, that's a pretty common request. People do need an extension. Why 14 days? Man, lawyers just make it up. We could probably get it done in 2 days, but we generally just ask for more time than we need so that we don't have to go back and ask for more time. And so I'm thinking uh, I have an advantage because I filed a lawsuit before Christmas, and now the answer's due on. What a great way to start a New Year's, to have an answer due the Monday after New Year's Day. So that's kind of good. But I'm also a nice guy. I do grant extensions. But I have been taken advantage of by defense counsels in the past. So here's how I would respond. First, I would say yes, you can have an extension, but to file an answer to the lawsuit, not an extension to prepare a motion to dismiss. Because there's two things that employers can do. They can answer the lawsuit, or they can try to just move and to dismiss the lawsuit outright by coming up with some legal arguments, clever arguments. Sometimes it's a waste of time. Sometimes it has merit. But if they're asking for an extension, I'm not going to give them more time to prepare a legal brief that requires my client to respond to and could destroy my lawsuit if I give them enough time. So I would say they had enough time. I'm going to give them an extension to file an answer to the lawsuit. That's really all that's due on Monday. Some employers love filing a motion to dismiss in lieu instead of an answer. So I'm not going to agree to that. So I have to make it clear on the extension I'm going to give. The other thing is that it's a collective action, meaning filing a lawsuit on behalf of all the security guards that has worked for this particular company in the past 3 years. So I have to deal with the fact that a 2 week delay would also run up their time, meaning they're going to lose 2 weeks of pay if their overtime was earned within the limits of the statute of limitations. So I would have to deal with that in order to grant this extension. So the proposal that I would make in this situation would be, also, your client can have an extension if they would give us a same day extension on the statute of limitation, meaning you stop the statute of limitation. So if they're asking for a 14-day extension, then it'll be a fair trade to give the opt-in plaintiffs, the workers, a 14-day tolling on the statute of limitation. And that's a good trade. You just got to remember to ask for it. If you don't, then people that have not joined the lawsuit will lose 2 weeks of pay if they are on the outside of the statute of limitation, meaning if the statute is 3 years and they worked overtime 3 years ago and 1 week or 2 weeks, then waiting 2 weeks would mean they run out of time. So That's why it's important to address this, the tolling agreement as part of this very routine extension request. And it's off to a good start. I would just respond that way and also say Happy New Year. Okay, back to work.